Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Declasse Yosemite 1500, and I'm about to find out if it'll off-road. Wait, is that a bus? Yep, that's a bus. Good luck, Sven. Our Bottom Dollar Bounties season of Will It Off-Road continues with 2 more vehicles this week. And I really dig this truck. It is a pretty competent off-roader. It's not the quickest thing in the class by really any stretch. I don't know how it does like in racing, but I know how it does in Will It Off-Road. So, you know, in terms of actual off-roading, not the fastest. That bus cracks me up. By the way, before I forget, top left corner is Commander Hobo, top right Sperry Donkey, and then his will like drop off during the damage descent. I'm not sure what happened. We're still working on figuring out what's going on with some of Donkey's footage, but I appreciate that we have it. I like having the different perspectives. I think it allows you to see a bit of the calamity that's happening in Will It Off-Road. It's a lot of fun. But the thing I really like about this truck, and it's kind of demonstrated right there, is it's just really stable. Yeah, sure, it may not be the quickest, but it's real easy to drive off-road. It doesn't get too terribly upset by big bumps or jumps, and when it lands, it doesn't do weird things with bouncing. It's just a nice thing to drive. And we would love to have you join us as the pop-up appears on screen on the Vainglorious Discord server. If you're watching Will It Off-Road, you're already part of the community, so you may as well make it official and join the Discord, where we have about 300 members who talk about tons of different games and other IRL things and computers and cats. There's even a memes channel that I ignore. And we'd love to have you hang out. And if you are a part of the Vainglorious Discord and you're playing the game that we're playing on the same platform that we play on, you can join us for Will It Off-Road and other community videos, as well as our community live streams. So please, come hang out with us. We would absolutely love to have you as we drive under an Avenger. Hobo likes to basically give everybody a free spot for Will It Off-Road Bingo. There's a link in the description down below for that, where you can play Bingo. And if you actually win Bingo, you'll be our 6th ever winner. I actually counted that up again. I know for sure it's 6. Thank you, YouTube, for giving me the ability to search comments. But, yeah, this truck, look, it's just been drama-free. This is, again, not the fastest, but, like, no effort. I even remarked when we were recording that I wasn't even really paying attention to what I was doing because it was just so easy to drive. And we're right up to the top of the mountain, 2 minutes, 27 seconds. So, Will It Off-Road? Yeah, I mean, that, you couldn't really ask for anything better except maybe faster, but, you know, that's okay. Not everything has to be the fastest. So for stats for the Yosemite 1500, out of 433 vehicles as of this video, it's 18th. So that's like the top 5%. It is 0.17 seconds slower than the Camacho, and it is 1.25 seconds faster than the Ocelot Virtue. Out of the 42 off-roaders that we've tested, actually in the off-roads class, it's 9th. So not too bad. It's just outside the top 20% of off-roaders, if I'm doing that math in my head correctly. Same split to the Camacho, and then it is 4.48, so basically 4.5 seconds faster than the trophy truck. So not shabby at all. And in Bottom Dollar Bounties, we've tested, as of this vehicle, 5. It is 2nd. 4.98, so basically 5 seconds slower than the Niobe, and 18.08 seconds faster than the Dorado Cruiser. So good stuff all around from the Yosemite. I just went blank on its name. I was like sitting there staring at the screen. I'm like, wait, what's your name again? Yeah, but I finally remembered. By the way, I mentioned that I had said that I had kind of zoned out while we were recording this. You can hear that as well as the rest of our Discord conversation and get an ad-free version of this video that's less edited, so you can see some of the outtakes and shenanigans that take place. By being a channel supporter, there is more information about how to do that in the link in the description down below, or just in the description down below, so I won't bore you with all the details. You can go read about that, and if you decide you want to support the channel, I greatly appreciate it. The controlled descent of the Yosemite has been just as, well, for the most part, uneventful, at least for me, as the ascent was. Just not all that difficult, because this thing is just really well-rounded, and just really predictable and very stable. And I love this truck. We didn't even, right after it came out, we raced, did an off-road race, and this thing just crushed it against everything else. Did finish a little bit sideways. We'll get to see Commander Hobo's jump there. Sadly, Donkey never really made it to the jump before we started driving back up, so that's why we cut early. There was no jump to see of his. So we're here for the damage descent, where we fling the vehicles off the top of the mountain to see what type of damage they can pile on. And I was really worried I was going to get stuck in these trees, but I managed to find my way out of them. And just in time to get in a little bit of a wrestling match with a little tiny car. I think the big truck would probably win. Just a physics thing. And wow, I must have hit a hiker somewhere. I wasn't paying attention, maybe when I was reading the stats or something. But yeah, that's kind of gory there on the front of the truck. But yeah, it's bouncing all around, as you know, anything's gonna do that. But at least it's, when it is on its wheels, it's not that bad to maintain and control, or to control, I should say. It's just, I can't say enough good about this truck. I think it's one of the better vehicles from the DLC, and probably one that a lot of people are going to overlook because it just looks like just another pickup truck. But man, if you're into off-roading in GTA Online, which there is a huge community of it, I love to just take a vehicle and go climb mountains and hills and rocks and just look at nature in GTA. And this will probably be one of my go-to vehicles because it's just planted over the wood pile. However, it kind of landed in a weird spot. We're down 122. So we will take a look at the damage after Hobo knocks over a light pole midair. Good job, Hobo. We'll take a look at the damage. Most of the windows and lights are gone. The front bumper and left fender are missing. The rear bumper is damaged. It was kind of barely hanging on by a bolt. It does have bent wheels and fairly moderate body damage. And we're going to go here in just a moment to our support vehicles, which instead of being a still image is now live video. I think this is better. Why was I not doing this for the past 6 years? I don't know. But that's going to bring us to our next vehicle. The Overflod Pipistrello. Pipistrello. It means bat in Italian, if you didn't know. Yeah. And nice little electric supercar, all-wheel drive, like a lot of supercars in the dirt. You got to be careful on the accelerator because it has all of its power just boom right there at launch. And in the dirt, in any situation, that's going to tend to cause it to understeer. If you are using friction for acceleration, then there we go. There's a perfect example of the understeer. If you're using friction for acceleration, you cannot also use that friction to turn the car, and vice versa. That hiker went down. And because of that, if you like launch and you haven't quite yet turned your wheels, you're just going to keep launching in the direction you were going, and you're not going to turn. And that makes this a little bit of a challenge. Plus just the sheer power of it, it wants to wiggle around a lot. I did not know at the time that the spoiler is broken on this car. Usually when a car like this one that has the automatic spoiler built into it, usually if you put a spoiler on, you maintain the downforce that the active aero provides you. This car's broken and doesn't do that, and I didn't know that. Had I known that, I would have taken the spoiler off, and we probably wouldn't have struggled as much. Though I tend to think some of just the characteristics that are inherent to an electric supercar, especially when it's all-wheel drive. Whoa, nearly got hit by Hobo. I think that it would still, you know, prove a little bit of a challenge, but it might have been a little bit easier. But Bruffy's fact-finding video did not come out until 2 or 3 days, maybe up to a week. I don't know at this point. I can't remember. after we had already recorded this. And yeah, I could have re-recorded it solo, but I really like having everybody with me, because Wheel It Off-Road, not only do we get to test vehicles off-road and see how they do, and take things that are incredibly inappropriate for this environment up and down a mountain, but it's just a nice time to hang out with the community as well. We have a lot of fun recording these videos, and I hope you have a lot of fun watching them, because it's just a great time for us. We just get to goof off, hang out. When we're waiting for daylight, we get to wait up on top of the mountain and get up to shenanigans, which typically involves, shooting the person who's AFK in the foot until they fall off the mountain. And then they'd be like, you died because you fell off the mountain, not because, he shot you over and over. Those type of things. But making our final little climb in the Pipistrello, and we are up 2 minutes 30, almost 31 seconds. Nice entry from Hobo. So will it off-road? Ding, yes, I kind of forgot to ask the question, the trademark question, but yes, it will, and I hear a fist fight happening off to my side. Anyway, we're now going to go for our controlled descent. Is it just me or did that car just appear? Was I seeing things? I swear the black car, I'm not sure who's in the black car, just kind of like appeared. It might be Sparing Donkey. He was with us for 3 out of the 4 vehicles that we recorded on that particular day. We thankfully get to go back to recording just 2 a week now that I've gotten a little bit more ahead with Will It Off-Road. Still not, the month ahead like I like to be, but it's fine. So a bit of a nice sunset drive. It will be a little dark by the time we get to the bottom of the mountain, so you may see the colors change a little bit. It's slowly shifting right now. You may not have even noticed yet. But as we progress down the mountain, Adobe is in the background doing just automatic things to try to make it more visible, especially for those of you who are on mobile, because I know a really dark scene can be difficult to see on mobile. I was about to say something about hobo, and I said mobo instead. Yeah, hobos gets a little bit darker. I did my best to brighten it up. Whoa, good lord, somebody nearly took me out. Who is that? Oh, it's Finn. I did my best to brighten everything up without also just making it look really washed out. So wasn't a whole lot I could do. Hobo's brightness, I guess, in his game just isn't set up as high as mine. Which is fine. Every player can, do you, yeah, whatever works for you. I just have my brightness up a little bit higher because I like being able to see in the game at night. It makes things much simpler. But this has been, other than having somebody try to land on me, this has been a fairly uneventful run back down, because we don't run into the issue of understeer as much, because gravity is kind of really helping us with that acceleration at this point, instead of having to really get on the throttle to climb the hill, and so we don't have as many problems. But bushes are definitely an issue still, as just happened a moment ago. But overall, I kind of like the car, even if it is just kind of a generic electric supercar. I really like the glass surround around the brake lights. I think it's a nice touch. The headlights are really nice. It's not a bad car, but I don't know. For what it costs, definitely one I'd say you can easily skip. Hello, Journey Driver. Are you going to run me over? You're probably going to run me over. We're waiting on Hobo to do his jump here. Oh, yep, got run over. There we go. There goes Hobo for his jump. Oh gosh, he's going to hit the ocean for a second. I thought he was going to go in the ocean. But we are back at the top of Mount Chiliad as the sun has risen again for our damage descent. And it got a really good launch. The all-wheel drive cars usually get a really nice launch off that ramp. Even more so when they're electric, because they just have all that power just to go there. You know what? I never talked about stats for Pipistrello, so I'm going to do that really quick. Out of 433, it's 23rd. So just outside of the top 5%, 0.35 seconds slower than the R1, 0.42 seconds faster than a Vector. Out of the 48 supercars we've tested, it's second. It is 2.62 seconds slower than a Virtue, and 4.02 seconds faster than the Ignis. And in Bottom Dollar Bounties, it's third of 6, 3.87 seconds slower than the truck we just tested, and 14.22 seconds faster than the Dorado Cruiser. I can't believe I almost forgot that. I don't know what I was rambling about, or maybe I did it already and I've forgotten, and if so, well, you got to hear those numbers twice, so yay. You can tell just by the runtime of the video that, you know, both these cars, well, the car and the truck that we tested today, were fairly easy for Willett Off-Road, and didn't take a long time to get knocked out. And that makes me happy because I love that this update so far has had pretty balanced vehicles. Over the woodpile again. Landed a little backwards in the middle of the highway, but we're down 125.07. We'll take a look at the damage on the Pipistrello. The taillights and their glass shroud are missing. The right door is missing, and the left door won't close. And other than that, I guess there's a little bit of body damage, but not really. Come on, Rockstar, get it together. These are supposed to be GTA 6 cars. We need damage models. This does not bode well for your next game. But there are the support vehicles, well, what's left of them. I don't know what happened to the donkeys, and the gun van in the background. But that's going to do it for this week's Willett Off-Road. We will be back next week with the Paragon S and the Envisage, and the week after that, we will have the Dominator FX Interceptor along with the Greenwood Cruiser. Thank you very much for watching. I sincerely appreciate it. I know there are thousands of things you could have watched, and you chose this video, and that means a lot to me, so thank you. And until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.